the little lever to bleed the system down so you get rid of the pressure and allow you to take the filter apart, the little lever's broken. A lot of you may not realize, but I am swimming in unfamiliar waters. See this? I'm not a Ford guy. So this is uncharted territory for me. But I am going to change the filters in this thing, both the oil filter and the fuel filters, plural. Evidently Ford found the need for two. Yeah, one's not enough for them. They decided they needed two. And so we got to change two fuel filters, one oil filter, and of course the oil, which, you know, that only makes sense. So as soon as I figure out how to open the hood on this, I'm actually going to get started on it. So this will be a learning experience for me. Now, I'm not going in completely blind. I've got some know-how on where to go and what to look for, and I'm going to show you the same things, and hopefully this will be helpful to any of you. But do me a favor, if this video helps you at all, please subscribe, because that helps me. I help you, you help me. Works out great, right? And it's free, right? Free. Can't beat that. So anyway, let's get started. We're under the truck on the driver's side frame rail along the front drive shaft. It's a four-wheel drive. See this little nipple right here? That's where the fuel is going to come out of. We're going to depressurize the fuel and drain the filter out. And this is the lower filter. There's an upper and a lower on this car. So I'm going to put a little piece of hose on there just so I don't end up taking a bath, and also so it doesn't kill all the grass, because I'm doing this outside. So I put that in a bucket, and that just like that. I apologize for the shaking camera because it is sitting on cardboard, which I am also on. And then I'm going to take out my trusty Leatherman, grab a hold of this thing. There's a lid. I guess we're going to start with the oil, simply because when I started to look at the fuel filter situation, the little lever to bleed the system down so you get rid of the pressure and allow you to take the filter apart, the little lever's broken. And that usually drains it for you so that you're not trying to work on the thing under pressure. And I'm not familiar enough with these, so without that little lever, I'm wondering if there's another way to relieve the pressure. There probably is, but I'm a little bit nervous about doing that. Just because if I do it wrong and you dry the pump out, you're going to lose the pump. So I think I'm going to abort that. We're just going to go ahead and change on the oil. So this is basically going to be an oil change video. I'm not going to change the fuel filter filters, because somebody's been in here monkeying around breaking stuff, and I don't think I want to be the guy to fix it, because I'm not a big Ford guy, and I'm not a big modern day guy, and I'm definitely not a diesel guy. So with all that being said, I'll change the oil. So here we go. This is a 3/4 inch. It's probably metric, but 3/4 works just fine. So we're going to get my bucket and which I already have ready, believe it or not. Oh, I just absolutely do not like crawling around under cars, or trucks for that matter. There we go. Put my tub under there. Get my ratchet. And we're just going to, they always make these so nice and shallow that they can strip real easy. I think that's plastic. I don't know. These cars nowadays are just, it feels plasticky. Alright. Now That wasn't too bad. I was going to say these guys tighten this thing up, but nope, he didn't really tighten it up that much. But it does, feels like plastic. So anyway, I'm going to take the drain plug out. We're going to drain 15 quarts of oil. I don't even know if this bucket of mine is going to hold 15 quarts. So we might have to take two trips on this. So let's just stick this on the side and keep an eye on this thing. Make sure it's not going to overfill my little bucket. 15 quarts, gee, guys. And just for the knowledge, it's 15 quarts of 5W40. They do say you can use 5W30 if you don't use, you know, if it's not rough conditions. But this vehicle tows, works hard, so we're doing 540. And this one, full synthetic. It's got to be T6, I believe it is, or something 6. Just like the T4 for the Dodges, you have to use T6 in the Fords. And that looks like she was really low on oil, because that's not even close to 15 quarts. There's no way. That wasn't 5 quarts. Holy Moses and Aaron. This thing's got a substantial oil leak. I don't know if you can see this, but this rear main is leaking pretty bad, and he's also got a front main leaking. And this thing's just a mess under here. And I'm thinking he about ran this thing out of oil. Heavens to Murgatroyd, Batman. This truck needs more than me. I cannot believe this thing is almost, I'm telling you, I don't think I took 4 quarts out of that. Maybe 5. Out of 15 quart system. Jeez wheezy, if that ain't good. Since we drained the oil, there shouldn't be any pressure on this, and it's been sitting for a few minutes. So this is a, let's see, 1 3/8 inches. Now it probably is, you know, oh my goodness, this thing was like finger tight. Golly, this truck. This thing's a wreck. It looks nice, but the oil filter was on. I mean, I didn't even put any pressure on this thing. Golly. Almost out of oil. Somebody snookered. Well, he brings it to a guy, he said, to get it worked on. But I'm not thinking he should bring it back to that guy. This has a spring in it, so it's going to pop it up, which makes it a pain. Oh my goodness, this thing looks terrible. Heavens to Murgatroyd, Batman. This is terrible. I'm going to try to go from here to my bucket without spilling it. My goodness, this is, oh yeah, no problem. But I'm going to bring it all down to earth here so I can show you what we're doing here. Golly. Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is just nasty. I mean, I don't know, maybe these trucks just run that dirty, but that thing just looks absolutely gnarly. But anyway, I'm not a Ford guy, like I said, so I'm not gonna say, okay, that's junk. Maybe that's just how they run, but the fact that it only had like 4 quarts of oil in it, that's a problem. So I've notified the guy that his truck has a substantial leak, and he needs to keep an eye on his oil levels. And on that fuel filter deal, with that broken lever, I'm not going to mess with that. So we're just going to send it on down the road with a new oil change. But anyhow, here's my new filter. And it's substantially better, much cleaner. And this is the way they come. I bought this one from Napa. And it comes just with the cap and everything on it. It looks like this one's got a little extra capacity. If you look, the cap's a little bit taller, so it comes with a slightly bigger filter. Not a bad thing considering how that looks. But anyway, let's go ahead and put this back in, button this baby up. I got my new filter. Just going to slide her right back in where the old one went. And be careful, it's plastic, so you just want to, if it doesn't go on easy, don't put it on. This one's just spinning right on nice and easy. Now I'm down to that O-ring. I probably should have put some oil on that O-ring. Scratch what I just said. I'm going to take this back out. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on that O-ring. Now I put a little bit of Earl around the outside O-ring. That'll make it go in a little easier, and then we slide her down in there. Again, let it go down nice and easy. Tighten it up by hand, as tight as I can. And then I think there is a foot-pounds. It's supposed to be like 20 foot-pounds of torque on this thing. Oh, this one's got a different socket. Well, I'll be dipped. And you just keep on bringing this down. You'll feel that O-ring start to go in. That's why I put oil on it. You'll feel that O-ring. Would you guys hush up? Alright, and then now you'll feel it hit. And you're bottomed out, okay? And we're just going to give it a little bit of... I'm not going to torque it with a torque wrench, but it is plastic, so you don't want to over-torque it. So I'm just going to give it a little... There we go, a little snuggage, okay? It's 27 foot-pounds. 20 pounds is not a lot. You know, I just kind of went by feel. When it starts to where you have to force it to go any further, then you're done. Okay? Alright, now let's just put oil in it. Easy peasy. It's weird. The oil is put in way over here on this thingy doogie here. I'm going to get a funnel because this is going to make a mess. I'm going to get a funnel, stick it in there. That way it won't make a big mess. Now it's just a matter of pouring oil in this thing. Again, like I said, it's 5W40, full synthetic. It has to be T6. See the T6? Has to have that. Well, that's that. He's here ready to pick up his truck. I'm fixing to start it after changing the oil. It took all 15 quarts, so 15 quarts of oil in these bad boys. I'm going to start now, make sure nothing's wrong. I noticed it doesn't have an oil light. I don't get it either, but no oil light. Got two temperatures, one for oil, one for water. But no oil light, so if the check engine light's on, bad mojo, right? But anyway, we're going to start it and see how it does. Now, if that was a gas engine, we'd be in trouble because it's rattling like a diesel. It's supposed to sound like that. So, we're good. Gonna shut the hood, let the man take it home. Please subscribe.